Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my art channel. I am doing a challenge today with my friends Claire from Rainbow Acrylics and Anna from Anna Blunt Art. A couple of months ago we did a spring collaboration and it was a lot of fun, so we decided to do it again. And each of us chooses a different element of the pour. So this time I chose a Seascape because it's a technique that I'm teaching at the next Fluid Art Boutique in Dublin, and I want to get some more practice in before I go to before I go there, and I'm excited about that. If you want more information about that event, you should check out the description box below, and I'll also put the promo at the end of this video also. So I chose Seascapes, Anna chose the color palette, and Claire chose the technique. So the color palette that Anna chose was a dark navy blue. I chose Prussian blue. This is Prussian blue phthalo from TriArt, high viscosity. And then a dark turquoise, and this is Liquitex Professional Series phthalo turquoise. And then a lighter turquoise, and I chose Amsterdam's turquoise green and white, and then a fun, all she said was a fun metallic, and I'm sure they're going to use gold, but in my Seascape I don't want any beach, so I'm using, actually I have two metallics. This is DecoArt Extreme Sheen Pewter, and then I also have some DecoArt Dazzling Metallic Silver. It's a really nice light silver color instead of a dark one. But we could add some other colors if we wanted to, so I have added in this custom gray color. It's a bunch of my table scrapings. And you can see, actually I might want to thin that down just a little bit. But my consistencies, let me use this one maybe. My consistency is that it leaves a bit of a mound on top of the surface, but it melts away quickly. And no, that was good. All right. And then my white here is Chrome Acrylic Essentials White with DecoArt Satin Enamels. All of my paints are mixed with Floetrol and water only. And all of these paints were mixed 3 parts to 1 part paint because they're all tube paints. These DecoArt paints are already pretty thin, so I mixed them 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. And then I have some another blue color that I'm going to add in. This is, I'm going to use this as a base coat also, but this is just some table scrapings that I've got left over that I think kind of harmonizes with the rest of this palette. So I'll be using that in some of my cups. The technique that Claire wanted us to do was flip cups and swipes. So I will be flip cupping the sky. And it's rainy season here in Costa Rica, and so I want to do kind of a stormy sky. So I'm going to be using the white, the gray, the pewter, and a little bit of this Prussian blue. And then my ocean is going to be the 2 turquoises and the silver. And I'll save a little bit of this white because I'll make some waves using this. And then I will be swiping with a couple of different palette knives in order to get that wave motion at the bottom. You can see that I have a 24-inch round wood panel here. It was already pre-sealed and ready to go, but there were some really dark knots in it, and I didn't want those to show through, so I did go ahead and put down a layer of, just a single layer of gesso, and hopefully that will keep it from warping too. So you can see it's a regular wood panel, and I do have it on my spinner. I am not going to be spinning this out, but I find because it's a large round, I think it'll be easier to do my tilting on the spinner than it would be by hand, because I'll have to grab the sides. So it's not a regular canvas, so I think this will be easier to do the spinning. So let's go ahead and layer our cups. I'm going to do, here. I'm going to do 1 small cup here, 1 small cup for the ocean part, and then 1 bigger cup for the sky in the middle. And just to make sure I save myself some room, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the part that I want to be the ocean and the part that I want to be the sky. I want this to primarily be sky. So I'm thinking that's about 2/3 sky and 1/3 ocean. So that looks good. So let's go ahead and do our sky first. So I want this to be very stormy. So I'm going to start with this white. This is going to, because it has the DecoArt satin enamels in it, it's going to be, it's going to eat up some of these other colors, and it's going to provide some really puffy clouds. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to add this gray, and I'm pouring from up high so that it pierces down and mixes in and churns in that white. And then we're going to go with the pewter. Pewter can take over, so we're not going to put as much as the other colors. And then, since this is mostly white and gray now, we're going to go with a little bit of the Prussian blue. I do want it to look like the sky. There we go. Okay, so that cup is going there, this cup is going here, and then for my ocean, I'm going to start with the dark and go about halfway. I'll mix in some of the silver first. Just churn that in there. Not worried about the air bubbles. And then I'll fill the rest of the cup up with the turquoise green. There we go. All right, let's put down a base coat on the top here. Oh, I forgot I was gonna put some of this in those cups. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There we go. I have a hard time talking and painting at the same time. I always mess that up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now let's put down a base coat, and I'll put on some music for you.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling this heavy load got under your skin, hauling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right. Moments pass, make this one count. Untie, you're so good at dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out. Deep underneath all the laser, your doubts. There's a heart gone out of rhythm in despair. Hell underwater, fine for air. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feels bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die.
So here's my wet result after a comedy of errors. I knew this would be, because it's wood, so it's heavy, and I knew it would be really difficult to tilt once my hands were wet. So the spinner was a good idea, but I wasn't giving me quite enough of a tilt. So I tried to pick it up by hand, and you saw that it came off. And but you know what? I was able to save it and just fix up a couple of edges, and I'm super happy with this. This sky is gorgeous. It's exactly what I wanted. It looks like the clouds are rolling in. There's a big storm coming. It's linear back and forth in the motion, but there's lots of great, look at that color blending right there. Does that not look like a cloud? That's gorgeous. I love these cells that came up with the white that has the satin enamel in it, and the pewter also helped make those cells. Oh, there's some pewter cells right there. Let's see if we can zoom in. Oh, so pretty. I'm really, really happy with that. And then there's great contrast between the sky, and my phone will not stay focused, between the sky and the ocean. Really happy with that also. I did lay in, before I did this flip cup, I did lay in a line of the phthalo turquoise just to give myself a guide, so that, because I knew I was never going to be able to keep that in a straight line. So it gives me a guide, so when this dries, I can embellish that and just paint in a straight line using that same color. So that way it looks like it's meant to be there. But the blending from the flip cup and then the swiping of that dark phthalo turquoise with the turquoise green and the silver, you can see the silver doing its job and really giving lots of sparkle all over the place. And then I swiped it out with my back and forth with my couple different sizes of palette knives. And then I added in the drizzles of the waves. Sometimes I swiped over top, and sometimes I pulled it from underneath and then blew it out with my straw. And it just gave this really puffy, I think that looks like waves. I think it's beautiful. I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. I hope you like it too. Go check out the Fluid Art Boutique website. It's in the description box below. And check out all of the amazing artists who are teaching there. And come paint with me in a castle in Ireland. I mean, what could be better, right? Thank you very much. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And go mix up some paints and be fearless.